Hey guys, so I am at my mom and daddy's still, and we are making one of my favorite meals, and it is Eckrich sausage with cream potatoes, that's how mama says them, and tomato sauce, and cornbread, and cabbage. It's delicious. So we're gonna show you how we make this old-timey meal.
This is our can of bacon grease.
So tell me about the bacon grease. What do you do? How do you do that?
When I fry bacon, I save my bacon grease, and it's good for, like, you know, making cornbread when you want to put some in your cast iron to keep your cornbread from sticking. You've got to have your cast iron greased because it will make your stuff stick to it.
So, and how do you get the bacon grease?
When I fry the bacon.
And then you just pour it off into this little tub. And how long have you had that?
I actually got this, I think, since I've been living down here. I had another one, and it was red, and all the paint had peeled off of it and everything. And some people keep theirs in the refrigerator. I don't. I just smell it, and if it don't smell old, keep on using it.
But you can't use any other grease in there, right? Any other oil?
It's
just bacon.
It's just bacon grease.
So you couldn't go and pour your hamburger.
You got to pour it. You got to pour it into something and throw it outside. Well, I can't really throw it outside anymore because my crazy lab. I thought one time I was going to take some oil that had come off of some hamburgers or something and put it on an ant bed while it was hot. Kill the ants. And my dog decided he'd leave it alone for about 2 weeks, and then he decided he needed to eat the ant bed with all that grease and stuff on it and stuff. So then I was afraid the dog was going to be dead the next morning because he'd ate all this dirt and fire ants, and he kept coughing. I thought, oh my gosh, can't do that no more.
Right, so you got them greased up.
I'm greased. And was just talking about that sometimes people, when they're making cornbread, they don't put any oil or anything in their cornbread mixture itself.
Someone's got it too low, hadn't it?
That's why I used a little one, because the big one's hard to get. She was laughing at me because Castor says coffee, but I got cornmeal in it. Because
Mama uses K-cups.
Because the little set, that's how it came. You know.
So that's number 2. 3.
So that's 3 cups of cornmeal. 2 cups of cornmeal.
Yeah, 2 cups of cornmeal.
And we'll add about 1/4 of a cup of self-rising. And it is a flour canister.
Yeah. So 1/4 of a cup of self-rising flour to 2 cups of cornmeal.
Yeah.
And you have to use white lily.
Oh yeah, you gotta use white lily. And a lot of people don't do that. It's just
kind of makes it get a little fluff to it.
Yeah.
A little bit more airy where it's not as dense. Because cornmeal's pretty dense. And you use self-rising cornmeal too.
Yeah, it's
white lily.
White lily. In my coffee canister.
When I lived in New Jersey, I couldn't find white lily.
Oh, I bet you couldn't.
Have you white lily up there?
I put 1/4 of a cup of bacon drippings in mine.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. Some people don't do it. I mean, you know, it's just heart healthy that way.
Makes your heart healthy. It gets it through the veins faster. Mama, that's true. It does.
You know I'm lying. Oh, Lord. You got to keep the cardiologist in business.
They got a family to feed. Kids to put through college.
And some people use 2 eggs. You can. I just put 1 in it. I asked this one lady how many eggs she put in hers, and she said, well, if her chickens were laying good, she put 2, and if they wasn't, she just put 1. But I don't have those came from Walmart, so I don't know how.
Is that how much Brenda Gant puts in hers? Does she do 1?
Yeah.
And so you always.
Sometimes
She does too.
She just does different sometimes.
And then you always put egg. If you do an egg, you always put salt on it, right? Because he told you that.
My husband's grandmother done.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very good cook.
Even if it's in a cake, you can put a little salt on it.
She said if it's got an egg in it, add a little salt like you were fixing to fry it up. She was a very good
And that was 1 cup of buttermilk?
Yeah, it may take a little bit more.
Just depends on how it mixes.
Yeah.
And you like using those little trays because they fit in your toaster?
Yeah, I can put them in my little toaster oven, so that's not...
So you don't have to heat up the whole house?
That's not good enough.
Yeah, that's thick, isn't it?
I may have to add a little water because that cow's running out of buttermilk.
I guess you could use some of Daddy's milk.
I could. Me use some of Daddy's milk.
That's okay.
Well, you know, you can make cornbread with just water.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. There's people that do the hot water cornbread. And I was watching one reel the other day. The lady was making it kind of like hush puppies. Little fritters. And she just had her... she took boiling water and poured it into her cornmeal, saffries and cornmeal mix. And then, you know, you'd have it pretty thick. And then she had her oil hot, and then she had a little scoop that she was scooping it out with, and like one of those little Pampered Chef scoops.
Mm-hmm.
And she was making them.
That looks better. That was like not so thick
a little
anymore.
bit more. I like it a little bit thinner.
Let me see what's going on over here. We got potatoes, cabbage, and our sweet tomato sauce. Let me just stir this a little bit. What's so funny about cabbage, it always looks like so much, and then it just cooks down to nothing. I think these potatoes are almost done too. Maybe just a little bit more. Now, when I was growing up, you didn't use this little pan here. You just used a big cast
Actually, I got
iron.
this with my daddy passed. This was Mama and Daddy's. I've got a little cornbread cooker that's round and it looks like pieces of cornbread, you know, like you cut from a big thing. But you have to cook it in the oven. And of course, you know, the most people, you know, most old-timey people, or whatever you want to call them, older people, would always cook theirs in around like a 12-inch maybe cast iron skillet. And my mother liked to do hers in, she did them in muffin tins. She liked to cook hers in a muffin tin.
Muffin tins.
And she liked cornbread muffins.
And if you put any sugar in this, what would Daddy do?
Ooh, you'd have fit. What'd you ruin my cornbread for? You can't stand.
And his favorite dinner on Sunday nights?
Cornbread and milk.
Yep.
Go get him some fresh milk from Mr. Jimmy's Jersey cow.
And cornbread and
Make
milk.
him some cornbread. He wants it when he wants to put the cornbread while it's still hot into his milk. Miss Jane, she eats her a piece of buttered cornbread and drinks her little glass of buttermilk with it. I don't do all that. I don't do the sweet milk in it. Well, you know, I know it sounds funny to people that didn't grow up in the South, but that's how they always decided whether it was going to be buttermilk or regular milk. They called the whole milk sweet milk. And then they called, you know, of course, buttermilk was buttermilk.
That's how you could tell the difference. Pick me up some sweet milk or pick me up some buttermilk.
I know. When I was a little girl, there was a store just seemed like it was a mile away when I was little, but it was just really just, I don't know, maybe 600 feet from our house. It wasn't that far.
When your legs are little, it's
when
a
you're
long
little
way.
and stuff, it's normal. And my mama would send me to the store to say to get her some, say she wanted me to pick her up a quart, which I couldn't hardly say quart, because I must have a little speech impediment. A quart of, say, sweet milk. And it's all the way down to the store, I'd be saying, quart of sweet milk, quart of sweet milk, quart of sweet milk. And I'd get down there, and the guy that owned the store, he'd say, "You sure your mama didn't want a quart of buttermilk?"
Oh, get you confused.
Get me confused. I said, "Lord, I must have."
And how much did it cost back then?
I don't know. I think Mama had a little tab.
Oh, like a little account with you.
Yeah, and she just paid it when Daddy got paid at the end of the week. Yeah, that's funny. He'd aggravate me. His name was Mr. Taylor. He used to call me a little Georgia cracker.
Georgia cracker.
A little Georgia cracker. I don't even know if he ever knew my name.
Probably didn't.
He said, "What are you doing today, little Georgia cracker?"
Oh, were you real pale?
I don't know. I don't know. I stayed outside a good bit. I doubt it. Of course, we played underneath that bridge a lot where the creek was.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty good place to play, get out of the sun.
My mama grew up where they filmed In the Heat of the Night and Dukes of Hazzard and Vampire Diaries and Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors, and she lived in town.
Yeah. I can remember my daddy saying to me to give him he would give me a quarter and send me up the street to the service in the other direction to get a gallon of gas. I was the third child. I don't know why I didn't send the brother that was 5 years older than me. But I was about 6 years old. And like I said, I had trouble saying stuff like that. I can remember saying, "I need a gallon of regular. I need a gallon of regular."
Mommy, you carry gas. Didn't we say that gas was like about 7 pounds per gallon?
It was just
maybe a half a
I
gallon.
I don't know what it was anyway. Whatever I could get for a quarter.
Oh.
He was gonna put it in a pushboard and cut the grass. But I don't know why they didn't send one of the boys to get it. But he'd send me up there sometime to get it.
I don't know, Mommy. You're busy. You probably liked it.
I probably did. They probably got a kick out of seeing that little girl on top of
Mm-hmm. So what's your hack, Mama?
I put my potatoes down in the sink where when I start getting my mixer out and mixing them up, that I don't splatter potatoes all over everything.
Why, have you done that before?
I have. I've had made hey.
You've been covered in flour before too, haven't you?
Yeah, your mama's good at making a mess. I don't believe in making little messes. You're gonna make a mess, you might as well make a big one.
I'm a messy cook too.
Let's see.
I'm always messy.
I had to have him some vegetables.
Old-timey food.
Have him some cornbread.
Ooh, that cornbread's looking good. How long do you think that took? I didn't even time it.
Well, I think it had 6.5 minutes when I put it in there, and then I had, when it came back up, it was 14, and it's down to 11 something. So about, it don't take long. That little.
It didn't take long at all. I need to go ahead and pull these sausages off. Maybe we can put these on a plate so they don't keep cooking.
They're ready.
So these are just the Eckrich sausage. And Mama, that's a hot eye, so just be careful. I've done that before. I'll put stuff on a hot eye and then go to pick up that plate and be like, woo, I feel good. So this little pack of Eckrich sausage, I think we got gypped on it because one of the little sausages was short. Here we go. All right, so we got that done. All right, guys, so we probably make our potatoes a little different than everybody else too. You have some people that use potato ricers and some people use potato mashers. We just get in there and get it done with a blender, with a hand mixer. My hand mixer has got like a digital thing on, and it automatically comes on level 5.
Oh, really?
So you have to turn it down, or you'll have.
This was probably a $10 one from Dollar Tree or something. I've had it for years.
So she's got evaporated milk in there and butter.
And you salt and pepper the potatoes while they're cooking.
Salt and pepper the potatoes while they're cooking. And Mama calls these cream potatoes because they really are creamed. They're not really mashed.
Well, what we like to do with what we like to do with our leftover potatoes is we call them potato pancakes, where you add an egg and some flour, and then you mix it up. Like
Mama, where'd you get that top for that?
It was sold in a store to cover over your dog food with. All I've got is one left. It came like in a little pack.
That's what I was thinking. It was for dog food.
But it is, but it fits on your canned milk, and because you don't know how many times I've turned over a can of milk in the refrigerator and made a mess. They really are.
Mommy, you just about beat them to an inch of their life.
They're fluffy.
Yeah, so they're fluffy.
Yeah. That's how you make them.
Cream potatoes.
Cream potatoes down at Nana's house.
They look good.
My youngest son always says, every time I come down to your house, I gain 5 pounds. I said, well, if you don't want me to feed you, just tell me I won't feed you.
We're going to have
full
fat everything.
That's right. If we're going to eat, we're going to eat.
That's how you and Dad keep from getting wrinkles.
It's fine.
Because y'all eat full fat.
You just fill that up with collagen. Okay, now if we go get Papa out of the garden,
so we have just the cornbread here to go. And then, so we've got our Eckrich sausage and our stewed tomatoes. And then our boiled cabbage, and then our cream potatoes, and our cornbread. So this is one of my favorite meals. And then my next favorite meal is quiche with cantaloupe and grits. You have to find some cantaloupe. We got a garden, but it's only producing pickles and okra.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
You want to show them the pickle rack?
Oh my goodness.
You show them all the pickles.
Look at all the pickles.
This is just down here. This is just what's underneath that thing.
Oh my goodness.
Pickles. Yeah, I took the boys 4 jars.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Lots of pickles.
Lots of pickles. That's not all of them. And an egg.
Oh, so how do they make it?
They take cottage cheese and an egg and mix it together, and you put you down some parchment paper on your baking sheet, and you pour that out on your baking sheet and bake it at 350 till it's brown. I don't know how many minutes, and probably 15 to 18 minutes, something like that. Probably not long. And they're using it for flatbread to make sandwiches and stuff
like a low carb.
People that are doing the low carb. This one lady had bacon and turkey on her sandwich that she made. Well, you know, your daddy and I did Atkins a long time ago, and that, you know, that's basically what that was. I used to have a recipe for making some type of fake bread that I can't remember. You used egg whites and something else in it.
I liked it when he made the egg drop soup. That was always good. So, Mama, you put bacon grease, 1/4 of a cup, and then you put how much more butter?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
You gotta get your arteries cleaned
Yeah,
out.
full fat. Oh my goodness.
We don't eat this every night.
No, it's not every night. It's only for special occasions.
Yeah, so. Well, let me see if I can get your daddy up here to eat while it's still hot.
Okay. It's 6:14. He's probably not going to be hungry till 9. Okay. Sorry.
There we go. I'm gonna get 2. One more butter on it. Butter makes everything better. Okay, so let's see. Now let's come over here, and I need a fork. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see.
This is what me and the boys would always fight after.
Oh,
Egg sausage.
the sausages. Now I'm gonna put 4. And that's enough. Then I always get my cabbage next. And the cabbage is great, but what it makes it even greater is the tomato sauce.
Sweet and
Look at there.
acidic. Sweet and sour.
Doesn't that look good? Then, last but not least, the staple.
Stick to your ribs.
There we go.
Now, what do you call those?
These mashed potatoes.
And what does Mama call them?
I don't know.
Cream potatoes.
Cream potatoes.
That looks good.
My Mama says something's better than nothing.
Guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video of us making my favorite meal when I'm in Georgia, and I hope that you will try it, and if you do, let me know if you like it too. Have a great day. Bye, friends.